Good morning, Roosters, Hens, Cocks, and Friends. What's all we good with y'all? First and foremost, forgive my voice. I'm a little congested right now. I don't know what I got, but I gave it to the Lord. He said I am healed by His stripes, so therefore, this has been in my spirit for a couple of days, and I don't know why, but last night I was like, all right, if it's still in my spirit, I'm gonna give it to y'all, because this is just some random thoughts that was going through my mind. And the title of this is gonna be called Woodwork. I said, it's funny how God chose his earthly parents, a virgin and a carpenter. And then I said, Jesus was a carpenter just like his father Joseph, but at the same time, I said, was there a specific kind of wood that the carpenters only worked with because it withstood the test of time? It was durable, it was long lasting, so whatever project that was completed, whether it be a table, a stool, or chairs, or what have you, it will last a long time. And I said, ooh. And I said, it's funny that Jesus worked with wood most of his life because that was his earthly trade. But I said he worked with wood so much that the wood worked for him in the end. I said, ooh, you better hush. That he was so familiar with wood to the point where that it was, how can I say this? It did right by him in everything that he crafted wood to be. That particular wood to be, as far as table, chairs, X, Y, and Z, or even to build a house. And then I said, in the end, he was hung on a piece of wood. And I said, that would be very ironic and funny if the wood that Jesus worked with all his life worked for him when he was the same wood that he hung, bled, and died on. It worked for him. I said, he was like, I mean, in my mind, I was like, that would be so ironic, but I have yet to ask the Holy Spirit because I would probably tarry in my spirit. I said, what type of wood was Jesus hung on? What wood did the carpenters work with in that time and in that day? I said, ooh, hush up. I'm scared to ask, because if you tell me that both of them worked together, like they were like this, I said, ooh. And I said, on top of that, the wood that the manger that he was put in was the same wood that he would hang on later. And I gave y'all that in something else too. I said, ooh, Holy Spirit, you better come on. It was all about the work that he was to do with this wood. Like, God will give us the raw material to build something. He won't give us the full-blown built thing that we ask for. He's just going to give us the materials to work with to build it. And even building that, you will find out, hey, you can use this piece over here to build this, or you have enough left over to build this, to build that, to build X, Y, and Z. I said, that's some serious woodwork. On top of him hanging, bleeding, and dying for us. And of course, his blood was shed on this piece of wood. And even after they took him down, his blood was still in this wood. I said, I love a good piece of woodwork. So much so that my great-grandfather, he's like that. He was a carpenter too. So it's like some of the furniture and stuff that he gave us when we first got our house, and furniture, couches and stuff like that, I still have it to this day. And ironically enough, my earthly father, he's a carpenter too. There's a many things he has built me that I've, in my 30 some odd years of living, I still have. I said, Lord, come on now. That's some serious woodwork. To be working with wood all your life and then to hang on it to redeem mankind. That's some serious work. That now I don't even think we can fathom how crazy that is, how amazing that is. Crazy in the sense of thinking with your human mind, not your spiritual mind. But spiritually, it was just, this wood was made for him, he was made for it. And I was just like, ooh, I don't want to get too deep, because then I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. But anyway, that was my anointed rant for today. I don't know if I'm going to get another one, but either way, y'all don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, y'all stay gifted and heavily lifted, okay? Peace and love. Happy Valentine's Day.